What's up, guys? As promised, back again with another update. Uh, so in this update, not a lot of variety. I'll go ahead and say that right now. I've got a couple of records that are black metal, and then I've got 3 records that are by the same band, but it's one of my all-time favorite fucking bands. So we will get to that when we get to it. So let's go ahead and get started. So this video isn't too fucking long. And yes, it's all vinyl, 5 records, just like the last update. Okay, so this one, I've known about this reissue for a while. I mean, it just came out last year. I wasn't one of the people that jumped on it. I was just kind of like, you know, it's whatever. Not because I don't like it, just because, you know, but I saw an opportunity to get it for a good price. So I took it, and yeah, without further ado, obviously this album needs no fucking introduction in the world of black metal. Satyricon, Nemesis, Divina. This is the reissue on Napalm Records. Came out last year. And actually all the records in this video are from Napalm Records. And a couple of them, unfortunately, I don't know what the fuck happened. If this happened during shipping, or if it was like this before they sent them, which if that's the case, then shame on them, because they should not have shipped records that, you know, had really fucked up corners. And there's a bend right here. You guys probably won't be able to see it, but there is yeah, you can see there is a bend right there. There's another one that's worse, and I'll show it to you guys. But yes, so stop talking about the condition and talk about the album. Great fucking album. However, I'm not going to be one of those people that are going to say this is their best album, because in my opinion, this is not their best album. Really cool gatefold. Napalm Records did a really good job with this reissue. I still stand by what I've said so many times. I think that the Shadow Throne and Dark Medieval Times are far superior to Nemesis, Divina. But I know what this album means to people, so I won't shut you down if you say this is their best album, because this is a really fucking good album. So yeah. Comes with this badass poster. This is probably my favorite part of the release, was this poster. This poster's fucking awesome. I can't wait to be able to hang that up, because that's fucking awesome. Inner sleeve, again, also they did a really good job with that. Just black vinyl. It's 180 grams, so it's nice and thick. You got cool labels as well, track listing on that side. But yeah, man, this album, like I said, this album means a lot to a lot of black metal fans. So I would never say anything bad about this album. You know, the only thing I can say is that if you haven't heard it, you definitely need to, because it's a fucking classic, you know. Especially if you haven't checked out the track Mother North, that's a track you need to fucking check out. You know, if you don't have time to listen to the whole album right now, that's definitely a track you need to fucking check out. So yeah. Again, I'll say it, this is a classic. Most people have heard it, but if you haven't, it's definitely an album you need to check out. So yeah. Satyricon, Nemesis, Divina. Definitely go to Napalm Records' store. They still have some up there. Get them while they're still in stock, before the assholes on Discogs start charging $50 for them. Yeah. Because I think this is under $20 right now on the store. So yeah, man, definitely jump on that shit if you want it. Alrighty, so I also picked up this album as well. Now, this band had just towards the end of last year, they re-released their back catalog on vinyl. I had showed a few of them in an update, you know, from, like I said, yeah, late last year. It's so fucking weird. I mean, when you say it like that, it seems like it's been a long time, but in reality, it's only been like a couple months. But anyways, this is one of the few of the re-releases I didn't get, but that's because I had the album in a vinyl box set, but I seen that they still had it in stock, and the vinyl box set is picture discs. Well, I don't really like playing my picture discs unless I have to, you know, and that's just not because they sound like shit, which I'll be the one to fucking say it. Picture discs do not sound like shit. They sound fine. So to all the people out there that say picture discs sound horrible, please stop. They don't sound that bad at all. I have so much shit on picture disc that sounds fine. So please stop spreading this crap that shit that plays on picture discs is horrible quality. Um, but I will say that picture discs is more for collectors, which I do fucking love this band, you know. So yeah, I need to stop rambling. I'll just fucking show it. This is Summoning with Lugburz debut album. This is the only one that the North American store still had in stock from the reissue, which I think all the reissues were limited to 500 copies. I was honestly surprised they still had this in stock. The condition, yeah, you can probably see. Corner right there is really fucked up. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. You know. Yes, Summoning's fucking amazing, man. You know, you can never have too much of their shit. And like I said, the main reason why I wanted this was so I could play my black vinyl and not have to play my picture disc, so I can keep my picture disc in better shape. Just black vinyl. Cool labels though. Summoning logo on that side. And LP2. I'm not gonna pull it out. Cool picture. And the Summoning logo. Fuck, I cannot get that shit right. Yeah, man. Obviously, this was before they went full on, like, fucking just with the epic sound, you know, that they took, the epic direction they took with Minas Morgul. This was obviously before that, but this is still great fucking, you know, just great atmospheric black metal, you know, and it was definitely the beginning of great things to come. So yeah. Summoning with Lugburz. Definitely a must listen for all black metal fans. Alright. Now we're going to get into the next band. Like I said, I got 3 albums by this band. It's been a while since I bought anything by this band on vinyl. And like I've said, they're one of my favorite bands, but most of the shit that I have on vinyl or that I've wanted on vinyl from them, I already have, or it's just too fucking expensive. So that's why you don't really see too much of this band in any of my updates. So without further ado, this is W.A.S.P with Dominator. I fucking love W.A.S.P. They don't have a bad album in my opinion. Obviously, a reissue on Napalm Records. It came out in 2015 because they signed to Napalm Records, I think, in like 2014 or early 2015. It was before they put out Golgotha at the end of 2015. So yeah, this is not one of their best albums, but it does have a lot of good songs on it, like Mercy, Take Me Up, and Heaven's Hung in Black. Those are definitely the best songs in the album. Heaven's Hung in Black is one of the best W.A.S.P songs ever recorded, in my opinion. So, just black vinyl, cool labels, basically just the album artwork on the labels. Really the only thing I can say about this is that if you've ever liked W.A.S.P, you know, obviously their 80s stuff is what's popular, you know. And if you're just someone who's only checked out their 80s stuff and you're not really familiar with their newer stuff, man, you definitely need to give it a listen, because they is a lot of good. They do have a lot of good stuff that has come out within the past, 10 years or so, I guess I should say, because this album came out in 2007. So yeah, really good album though. Not one of their best, but it is a good album. So yeah, it's W.A.S.P with Dominator. And next we have our next album that came out after that. This is 2009's Babylon. Now, obviously, the people that follow W.A.S.P know that this is when Blackie started to go all Christian and shit. This album is fucking taken, themed off of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Which that shit was from. Fuck. What's the last book of the Bible? I'm fuck. I feel like an idiot now. I'm drawing a huge blank. It's probably in here in the liner notes. Give me a minute to find it. I can find it. Revelation, Book of Revelation. That's what it's from. That's what it's based off of. So yeah. Really good album. Not one bad song on this album, in my opinion. Now, there is 2 covers on this album, which I thought was kind of excessive, because they did that when they did Inside the Electric Circus. They did 2 covers, which I know a lot of people aren't too fond of that album because they had 2 covers on it. But both covers are very good. They did a Deep Purple song, which was Burn. David Coverdale era Deep Purple. And they did Promised Land, which is a Chuck Berry song. Except they didn't do the Chuck Berry version. They did the Elvis Presley version. So, yeah. Now this one, I got the white vinyl version, which surprisingly, they did not have the black vinyl version in stock. They only had the white vinyl. Otherwise, I probably would have just got the black vinyl. But yeah. Very cool. But this is a really good album. Out of all their newer albums, this is out of all 3 of these albums I'm going to show in this video, this is the one I'd probably recommend the most out of all 3 of them. This album is just really good. Like I said, every song is great. Crazy, Live to Die Another Day, Babylon's Burning, Into the Fire. There's a lot of really good tracks on this album. Great album. So yeah, that's W.A.S.P with Babylon. Definitely go check that out if you haven't, especially if you've ever liked any of W.A.S.P's stuff. It's worth checking out. And last but not least, when this first, you guys, most of you that are familiar with W.A.S.P probably already know what I'm about ready to show. Just when this album first came out, I guess now it's probably about a year and a half ago. I never got around to getting it on vinyl, because at the time, at the time when this came out, I wasn't really like I was just starting to get back into collecting vinyl hardcore. And also at the time I was short on money, so I had only bought it on CD, because I didn't really just have the money to get it on vinyl, and then I just kind of kept putting it off and buying it. And so, finally got around to buying it on vinyl. It's W.A.S.P's newest album, Golgotha. Really, really fucking good album. In my opinion, just as good as Babylon. The only thing that would make this album better, the thing that would make this album better than Babylon is because there's no covers. It's all original material on this album. So yeah, really nice gatefold with lyrics. And I know a lot of people are all, fucking up their ass because Blackie, is bringing his Christian side into the music, which I don't mind, because, I mean, honestly, if it's good, like I said, like, it's like with black metal, like, there's satanic black metal bands, that bring because they're Satanists, they bring that out in the music. You know, which sometimes it's good or bad. I mean, let's be honest, not every satanic black metal band is good. So, you know, I feel like that's very retarded to just neglect an album because it has hardcore, like, Christian influence, you know, with it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But yes, really fucking good album. This one's double LP, just black vinyl. Pretty cool labels. Basically the album artwork, but the album artwork is really cool. So yeah. If you're gonna check out any tracks on this album, definitely check out I would say my 4 favorite tracks are probably Last Runaway, Miss You, Fallen Under, and Slaves of the New World Order. Definitely check those out. Yeah. This is a great fucking album, though. Now, the only thing I didn't like about this album was, like, I felt like there was a lot, like, a lot of the solos were really fucking long, and just, W.A.S.P is not really a band that's known for guitar soloing. You know, they're a band that's known for making good songs and good albums as a whole. They're not really a band that's known for really good guitar playing, and that's not saying anything against any of the guitar players that have been in W.A.S.P or in W.A.S.P. I'm just saying they're not one of those bands that's known for that. And I just kind of felt like some of the extended soloing was unnecessary. You know what I mean? But it is good stuff, though. That's really the only thing negative I have to say about this album. Other than that, though, it's a fucking great album. A lot of, you know, magazines and shit called it their best album in years, which I don't know if I'd go that far, but, you know, it's a matter of opinion. But this is a really fucking good album, and it's worth checking out. Really good stuff. So like I said, again, if you've ever liked W.A.S.P, any of their albums, their newer stuff is worth checking out, guys. Blackie Lawless, I've said before, he's one of my favorite fucking songwriters. That man knows how to write lyrics. Yeah. So yeah, that's W.A.S.P with Golgotha. Great album. Glad to have that on vinyl. Alright guys, that's it for this update. I know I've been posting a shit ton of updates lately, but I'm trying to keep up with my shit because I got a lot of stuff coming in, so yeah. And I need to hurry up and end this video before my shit dies, so yeah. I'll end that there. Take it easy, guys. I will see you in the next update. Stay metal.